Okay. Recording just started at like 5 seconds for some reason instead of one, which is weird. Today is November 23rd, 2023. It is Thanksgiving. I'm home by myself. Granted, of my own volition, I could have gone to Thanksgiving with my uncle or with Frog, but chose not to because I open tomorrow and then I go to a concert after work, and I just felt like relaxing today, I guess, because going out and doing stuff like that takes a lot out of me. Yesterday was pretty lazy. I got to finish a book though. Finished most of it in that one day, which was pretty great. And then I don't know what else I'm gonna read afterwards, but we're getting close to when I'll uh, when I'll figure out if my master's program will be happening or not in January. That'll be hopefully within the next 3 weeks, so not bad. I've missed Thanksgiving with my family before. In fact, I was sick one year. I think it was junior year, where I was just so utterly sick. I laid in bed for like 2 days straight. Um, I got out like twice to go to the bathroom, and that's it. Slept for like 18 hours, I think. Um, but this is gonna be the first year where I'm not there for Christmas, and obviously, being the oldest one makes sense. Eventually, gonna have to not be at my parents' house for Christmas, but sort of sucks. Sort of sucks. I got to FaceTime my family today briefly for Thanksgiving because they were, eating and everything, and it just seemed like a lot of fun being there with my family, and it sucks, really, really sucks. Um, it's been very bright out still. I know I mentioned that in the last video I did, but still, like, it's just so blue outside, and I figured it was gonna be gray and cloudy and stuff. Maybe it'll get that way in December and continue on until April, but who knows? Who knows? Well, I guess we can get on with the books, I guess. Finished two by the time the second video, or by the time I'm recording this video. Just finished the second one yesterday, as I said. Jeez. We'll go with this one first. This is How You Lose the Time War. Did I talk about this one last time? I can't exactly remember. I think this came out like a year, 2 years ago. It's short. It's like it's like 200 pages. And it's like this time traveling narrative. It's hold on, I can't remember writing style with letters. No writing fiction. Why can't I? Oh, epistolary. Okay, I was like, okay, so I was right. It's written in epistolary form, which is like letter format. Letters back and forth between two characters. It was a good, nice, simple read. I wish it was like another 50 pages, so that way I could have seen the two characters like ease a little bit more into the relationship. It sort of goes from like 20% to 60%, maybe even 75% right off, like in between, like one letter between them. But like you, like the very brief world building that you get is very good in between them. Their sense of like of self is contrasted very nicely with the two agencies that they represent. You really get to see that struggle in between both of them, and they both go into it very well. The writers, this is a co-written novel. Amel El-Motar and Max Gladstone do an excellent job of like really getting us to feel what it would be like for these characters to be in their positions in this war that's going on, and we don't see much of the war, which I'm glad. Like, it's like obviously that's not the main forefront of this novel, and so I'm glad that they didn't focus on it too much, but it's always there in the background. You can always really tell that it's there in the background. And then I liked the nice little twist. I also liked the nice little, oh, I've been having really bad brain fog for the past couple weeks. It's because I haven't been eating that great. I haven't really been working out that much. And it really sucks. Really, man, really just bogs down my brain. So I've turned to like omega-3 supplements because apparently that works. Hoping that, you know, they'll kick in soon. I've only been taking them for about 5, maybe 6 days now. But yeah, man, I really, really just need to get back into the grind set for working out, because it is so important, you know, especially for being so young. Foreshadowing. That's the word. Foreshadowing. I really like the foreshadowing that was brought about for one of the characters, and that happened towards the end, pretty much the end. It was really great, actually, and I really liked the little twist that they did. They definitely could have left it off. You know, how I imagined it could have been. I don't want to do spoilers, but, well, I mean, I've done spoilers before. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So one of the characters, Blue, ends up dying, but Red, like, does some like time traveling stuff, because that's what they do in the novel, and it's done really well. It's like they don't go too deep into explaining it, which I really like. And ends up saving her, but in the earlier in the novel, Blue actually ends up saving Red, and then Blue dies, and you're like, oh man, that's how it's gonna end, and then Red ends up like sort of saving Blue. And then you're like, man, I really like that. I thought that was a great twist. That was a really great twist. Even though I'm not done with this novel yet, I guess I'll introduce it. John Green's The Anthropocene Reviewed. Man, I really can't remember what I talked about with my last video. These are just like small essays centered on humanity and John Green's experiences in this world so far. I really like it. This is definitely a novel meant to be taken like slow, read a couple essays here and there every other day or so. And currently I'm on Kentucky Bluegrass, so that'll be fun. They're super short. They're only like 3 to 6 pages long typically, or 3 to like 8. So and I've got lists, and I've got more books that I'm planning to read at work, or planning to grab at work rather, because I've got a lot of stuff to do. Oh, and obviously my bed. I'm doing laundry again, if you couldn't tell. But anyways, on to the novel that I finished yesterday. Franz Kafka's The Trial. Obviously an unfinished work by Kafka before he succumbed to tubercular sclerosis. No, why does that not sound right? tuberculosis, TB. Okay, TB. It's excellent, even though it's not finished. It's I mean, Franz Kafka is one of my all-time favorite writers. He's one of the greatest modernist writers to have ever existed, and the fact that we were this close to not getting his works published would have been such a crime. If you know anything about Kafka's history and his relationship with his father, then like all of his works, especially the Metamorphosis and the Trial, become very, very clear, and just how Kafka lived his life and how he did live his life versus how he wanted to live his life. What bogged him down, what ruined him with his father and what he ended up pursuing in life versus what he wanted to do. And in the Trial, we follow the chief financial officer of the bank, Joseph K. And he is placed under arrest by this unnamed court. And the entire novel is just him trying to understand the court better and try to continue going through the process with this court and with a lawyer and trying to find out anything he can about it. And there are continuously upsets and setbacks at every single point. And eventually he starts to fail at doing his job. The trial starts weighing him down more and more. And it's just seeing how Kafka's life of self-deprecation and seeing how society can become so monotonous, so repetitive, so despairingly bleak is it's sad, and but there's such beauty in the way he writes for certain things, and it's just even when he's talking about just the bleakness, it's incredible. If I could sum up his life and this novel and his probable sense of the world in 2 sentences, they're just, it would be these. The only proper approach is to learn to accept existing conditions. Just don't attract attention. It is giving up, in a sense. It is maintaining the status quo despite what you may feel differently. And obviously these are very they're not beautifully worded sentences. There's nothing that really would stand out about them in another novel, perhaps. But when you look at Kafka and when you look at his life and this work and what he went through, it is just such a strong piece of work. Just these 2 sentences is it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Obviously I could have picked he has better written sentences and stuff, but this right here embodies, in my opinion, embodies the Trial, and it embodies his life as a whole. And that was the second work that I just got done reading. Once I start my master's, I'm probably gonna have to read lots of books for those classes as well. But until then, I will hopefully be reading some more stuff. So, but until then, we'll I don't know. I did a modernist work, and I did a rather recent contemporary piece of fiction that was sci-fi At its roots, they were both rather short novels. Maybe I should go for something a bit longer. Might take me a little bit to get through, but I think that would be a-okay. And then maybe I'll go for a smaller one or something like that. Oh, I do have The Idiot by Dostoevsky. Okay, I thought I had The Gambler. Maybe I have both somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I'll go for, I don't know, Pachinko, Under the Volcano, Septology. There are such large reads on my shelf right now that, on the one hand, I'm scared to get into because I know they're going to take a really long time. But on the other hand, I feel as though I won't be able to do them justice without having a professor here, you know. But, well, if I want to be a professor, then I'm going to have to suck it up and do something. Maybe we'll go to Africa next, and we'll do Americana or Yellow Hibiscus by something Adichie, I believe. I forget her name. She's got a wonderful TED Talk on the something story. It's a wonderful TED Talk. If anybody wants to know of it, I can link it down below. But yeah, so this has been pretty long vlog. Obviously, I'll cut it down, but doing okay. I can't drive as much behind the wheel. I've limited myself to about 30 minutes worth of driving in one go, because anything other than that and thoughts sort of start to creep in. So, but other than that, you know, work's keeping me busy and stuff like that. So, yeah, that'll be fun. Okay. All right. I will. I don't know when I'll see you next, but I will see you soon. Okay. Bye bye.